Hey, it's Jaded Gamer here, and we're back again. And this one's the Nations Cup series from last week, season 2, round 5 at the Catalunya Grand Prix layout in Barcelona circuit. We qualified in 15th place, and with the Nations Cup, we're not stuck to the manufacturer, so we've picked the AMG GT3 with the Haribo livery, which is really nice. So it's a no false start. Wait for the lights to go out, the jets to fly over, and off we go. And we've got a really bad start ahead of us. And we just try and pick our way through the traffic, and we get budged there, and we get budged again, and I just have to let him through because he was on a mission to knock me off the track there. So it's total mayhem. I'm in 12th, 11th, 10th, penalties everywhere. So just trying to stay safe on the inside there. Take a different line into the corner, keep it out of everyone's way, try and have a clean lap. Oh, I accidentally go into the back of him and then lose another place. And I've got another chap on the inside there, but yep, he's taking the place off me as well. Anyway, we've gone straight into the race this time instead of the long intro. I hope you're all safe and well. I hope you're enjoying the content. I hope you're enjoying your video games. So this is me on the quest to get into the better driver lobbies and get myself up into some better competition in the rooms. So everyone got bashed there. I take my foot off the gas and I lose 3 places going into that section, and then gain a place again from the looks of it there. It's so manic I can barely keep up with the replay, people. So I gain another place back there. I'm just trying not to take too much of the red curbs coming out of there because I don't want to slide the car around. And the Peugeot's right on our tail, getting as much slipstream as possible. He's got a 3-second penalty behind me, the German. And he goes for the move. I brake nice and early just to let him do whatever he needs to do there. And we've got a guy jackknifing in front of me, losing the back end terribly. Again, I'm trying to keep away from this guy. Turns right across the front of me again. Got the Audi trying to go around the outside. And he makes a pretty good go of it. I'm not giving him much space. Then I end up almost between the two, so I put the brakes on and I'll lose another position there. So down into 15th, back into 14th, and I think I had to put the brakes on early as there as well because he hit the inside of the corner. So I'm down to 14th again. And we're getting pretty vulnerable going through this part. Try and get on the brakes, get around as quickly as possible and get on the power. Get the Merc trying to nudge me out of the way again. And I love the Haribo livery for that. That was actually one of my mates from the office that managed to source that from the online community, and I just slammed it on the AMG because it's one of my favourite cars to use in the game. So the guy behind me, the Swiss guy, really aggressive behind me here at this point. And as always, I'm using the Logitech G29, the wheel stand Pro, and a comfy chair. And there's so much going on here. I had to let the Swiss guy pass me because he's been so aggressive. And I got a Portuguese assailant. So I must admit, I had a feeling I was on the back foot for a lot of this race. I don't know if it was the level of tyre wear, but the car just wouldn't settle during the whole race. So now I'm getting held up by this pack, and the Swiss guy's all over the place again. So we're trying to keep it clean here as much as possible. They are all over the place again, and the BMW is right on my tail. And we got a 2-second penalty for the Swiss chap. So we managed to get through that ghost. And we get round this corner again, safe and sound. We've got a little pack hunting us behind us, but there are cars within reach in front too. We're sitting in 11th again. I don't know what the BM was doing there. Really unsettled there. Just hit the apex, keep the car stable so I can get on the power. So as far as strategy was on this, I kind of had it in my head that it would be a two-stopper with a tyre wear. Now here, with no slipstream in front, the BMW has got a good opportunity. He maybe was too close to me in truth to get the main benefit of that going right down the straight. But I just brake a little bit early and let him go through on the inside because that's the position he took up. Excuse me. Unfortunately, I've got the beetle breathing down my neck now. So we're sitting in 12th out of 19 left, and we did have 20 at the start, so someone's jumped out. Try and eat up as much of that rumble strip as I can and get up the hill nice and quick. The beetle's really close to the back of me now, and I seem to just be losing time all over the circuit in this race. After having a couple of strong showings recently in the FIA races, I really didn't feel like there was a lot I could do in these ones this week. Although it must be said, with work and Christmas stuff keeping me busy, I probably didn't get as much time to practice as I did in the previous week either. Nice and flat going round there. You can see the tyre wear's building up on the racing mediums already there. Going through a quarter tank of fuel. The car's starting to feel pretty nice, but unfortunately the tyres are just starting to go over the edge. There'll be a lot of different strategies on this grid. And again, it wasn't the most rewarding race, but it was still enjoyable. We didn't get a big points haul in this race. But I have managed to post all the videos, which is good going. And I hope you're enjoying the content. And if you do, like and subscribe. So we see what the inside of the Haribo AMG looks like. There we go. It's such a good sounding car. You listen to the gear changes. Such a nice, satisfying mechanical noise. So we're having not a bad race at this point. We're managing to keep up with the beetle, who's unsurprisingly doing so well in our slipstream. And with the pit stops there, we're sitting in 10th. I think we do have a car coming out alongside us. So into the first turn. Someone goes flying off the track there. So we are in 11th. I think there might be some sort of glitch there. We're just losing a little bit of time on the Beetle in front. So we want to try and catch it. We want to try and get a decent points haul. And the AMG with the fresh tyres is right on the back of us straight away, and I'm losing a little bit of traction going into that turn, and he gets a much tighter line coming out there. Quite an odd line to take up actually. So I can't really fight this guy for very long. There's no point in me holding him up and taking an odd position on the road. So I just get myself over to the outside. He decides to give me the space to brake and turn. And then kind of tries to send up the inside, but either can't get the traction and I'm already away. So I'll let him through at the end of this section. Because this is too twisty and tight. Launch the car over the first part of the corner there, and then on the power, and he takes another really strange line there. So I just sit in my normal road position. The Beetle's trying to stop me from getting the tow, then meets someone coming out the pits, and the Mercedes behind decides to be very gentlemanly at that point, but then manages to get the drop on me going into that turn. Again, it was only a matter of time before he got past me anyway. I'm clearly on a different strategy to the lion's share of the grid. The tyres starting to show a little bit of wear now. I want to try and keep with this pack as closely as I can. I'm qualifying in 15th. I am 3 positions above my starting position, but I like to outperform my door number if I can. We're past the halfway point now, so we're at the point where I usually like to make my first stop. We are managing to keep the group in sight. They're having a little fight with each other. Kicking up the wheels a little bit, going over the rumbles there. And we go into the pits on schedule. No mistakes, no hitting the wall. And there's the lads waiting. And the Pepsi covers on. Set of softs please lads. Thank you very much. And off we go. So 16th. 14th. So you need to readjust them when you come out of the pit lane. So into turn 1 and on the soft tyres. Again, the car feels pretty good, but the tyre wear was so heavy. Unfortunately, after a lap and a half on these, I knew I was going to need another pit stop before the end of the race. But like I said earlier, I did have 2 stop in my head. It was quite a high tyre wear circuit. There's a lot of heavy braking zones, some fast corners, some long corners. So there's a bit of a mistake. We managed to get away with it, but obviously that'll lose us time to the car behind us, and unfortunately grow the gap to the car in front. We managed to maintain the C lobby presence, and we're kind of pushing to the upper ratings of the C lobby now. We managed to get that nice and neat and tidy. So we're catching up on these guys here. They're having a fight. One of them's carrying a penalty, and I'm getting really close to them. So I'll line myself up for coming out of here and getting on the power as early as possible. He takes a really weird line and he cuts right across me because he was going into the pits, and I get a 3-second penalty, sitting in 12th, and I end up with a 3-second penalty because of that. Unbelievable. I felt really guilty for cutting the guy up. Probably ruined his race. It's definitely ruined my own race. What an absolute disaster. So I really don't know how I could be blamed for that one. And I was just trying to get the foot down and make sure they couldn't catch up with me and knock me off the circuit. So my fastest first sector won't be my fastest lap because I'm carrying a 3-second penalty. I know pretty sure one of those two cars behind me is the guy that I just had crash right across the front of my car. So really bad luck there, for both of us really. What he was doing taking a line like that, I mean, he shouldn't have been trying the 9 laps of those those hard tyres. Anyway, so here we go. Very exposed coming into this braking zone, and by the time I get around it, the Porsche's right behind me. I almost messed that up coming out, and it's just time to try and not get overtaken again. Nice and neat and tidy, in fact probably too neat and tidy. And round the last corner, obviously he's going to have the slipstream here. And really there's no point in fighting it at this point on a straight this length. If he can get past, then I should just let him. So I'm just managing to keep this Porsche behind me now. I'm going a little bit too tight there, but I managed to get a good exit to the corner. Dropping down at the second gear, getting the traction and getting up the gears as quickly as possible. Now I've been losing too much speed coming up out of that corner. Here we go, we're almost at the end of lap 10. My tyres are starting to squeal already. I'm kind of all over the place. Bump the curbs there. And off we go for one more lap. So again, the slipstream is going to be really effective this time for the Porsche. And we'll just see if it's got the legs. The AMG's got such good grunt going down the straight. So the Porsche pulls out. I just put the brakes on a little bit more so I can tuck in right behind him. I'm not going to drive into the side of him. He goes a little bit scrappy there. Again, because he's going to just turn right across the front of me, I'm not going to let it happen. I just want to get my DR rating up after hitting that guy. Or my SR rating, sorry. So we're managing to stay with him, even though my tyres are starting to feel it a lot now. We've probably gone a lap too long on them. In fact, we definitely went a lap too long on them. I outbraked myself there. At that point, it's definitely time for some new tyres. So when we go for the last time, and there's the lads waiting patiently. And another set of softs. And no fuel. And off we go. And unfortunately, because we've pitted so late, we've only got 2 laps to go. Luckily, we get around that a little bit scrappily, but we get around that and we've got no real threat sitting behind us. And obviously the car in front of me that I was racing, he's a clear pit stop away. So, one of those no man's land moments. You sometimes find yourself in a race like this when the tyre wear's high and there's so many different strategies. I think personally, I don't know what your thoughts are. Oh, there's a good mistake from me there. So, yeah, under pressure from the cars behind me now. But I don't know what your thoughts are, but I think I'd prefer longer races with less tyre wear rather than artificially making a 2-stop race by increasing the tyre wear. Definitely seems to affect the way the car handles. Every sort of lap to lap and a half you can feel a difference in it, whereas with the lower tyre wear settings you can feel the car gradually slip away. But anyway, not complaining, just a thought. So 13th position after that. I've kind of got my strategy messed up a little bit. I'm getting a little bit scrappy in the lines there. I'm just trying to make this last lap the best lap I can. So here we go over the line. Like I say, it's been a pretty eventful race. It's been a pretty scrappy race at parts. Messed up my strategy a little bit. Unfortunately hit someone when they went across me going into the pit lane and got a 3-second penalty. Made a couple of small mistakes, but that's okay. You can normally get away with that. Little half-second penalties here and there. So after this, the driver rating is still around about the 7,000 mark. And the SR has taken a bit of a hit. So we're in B for SR at the moment. So we get that back up to S. There's Nürburgring in the daily races this week, and this week's, well, the FIA race that's on tomorrow isn't looking that entertaining. So there could be a little bit of Green Hell, Heaven at the Green Hell, Chapter 3, coming back to the channel. It's a nighttime race in the Nürburgring 24-hour. So I'm looking forward to taking part in that. And what do you know? This is my fastest lap of the race so far. Now I did notice as I got towards the end of the lap, the Spanish driver in front of me was getting tantalisingly slow. His tyres must have been really, really punishing him. But I couldn't quite make it. But 15th to 13th wasn't bad. It was a pretty entertaining race. Again, I hope you're enjoying the content. Like and subscribe. And we'll be back again soon. More races tomorrow and more content coming to the channel. A little bit more Astrobot lined up for you. And some other stuff coming after Astrobot's finished. And Until Dawn's still going. So anyway, take care of each other. Stay safe and well. Be excellent to each other. Have a great New Year celebration or whatever you're doing. Don't drink too much because you'll only regret it. And I'll see you again soon. Bye.